Hey, hi guys. Today we are going to see the next building block of a Python code. Okay, uh, let's go with today's session. What are we going to do today? We are writing variables, lists, sets, and everything, right? But I wanted to know how can I implement a check. Say suppose a variable is 2 and another variable is 5. I wanted to check or compare between two variables, either this is greater than this, or either a value in a list is the same as the other value in the other list. How can I compare? So many program might come with this condition and loops as a condition statement. Today we are going to look about the condition and loops. What is condition? Before understanding condition, we must know what our condition operators are. So we might also be learn this in the variables and conditions. I'll just tell you on how to implement it. So I'll open my Jupyter notebook. Here's my Jupyter notebook. So many of you might use PyCharm and VS Code. So this is to notebook. I'll give you Python. So today, first is conditions. Okay, okay. So and also, many of you asked in the chat, what is the what is the literal or what is the symbol to use comments in the program? Say, suppose you wanted to explain me what is the question you answered, you can just put in ash and then the comments. So this will give me a single line comment. Say, suppose I wanted a multi-line comment, you can actually give three semicolons. So semicolons, three apostrophes. So here inside this, I'll give within this thing symbols. You can just show it. Why doesn't go to image? And you can give multi-line comment. Okay, so if I give this, it will print it here. This is how you add a comment in multi-line and a single line. Since many of you asked how to implement this, I showed you here. Okay, let's come to conditions. What is a condition? Condition is being validated by a boolean value inside that condition loop. Maybe it is a greater than b. Okay, this is a condition where either a or b returns a false or true. If this satisfies, I will provide you an output. Okay, so how are we checking? How are we actually analyzing these two variables? Not A and B, everything like value in a list, value in a tuple, whatever it is. How are we analyzing it? For this, we have multitude of logics. And how do you check? What are the conditions that we check? Say I wanted to be equals, say a double equal to b. This means a is should be equal to b. Okay, that means when this is equal, this can continue. Everything has an opposite, right? So what will be this opposite? Not equal to. If a is not equal to b, you can proceed. I'll show you in the code, and you always know this is less than, this is greater than, and there are greater than and equal to. this is an if statement before the if statement, okay, and less than equal to. So now we'll go into our if statement. I told you, right, if this is true or this is false, this will actually go into a statement. Only after this we can proceed with the other steps. So what is if statement? That brings us to if statement. In if statement, we'll be checking the condition and running few lines of code. Say suppose I create a diff COVID here and I print COVID patient COVID guy or girl. Now here if greater than 30. Okay, so now here I'll give here basically is if the temperature is above say it's above 100 and above 50, I'll print that COVID guy. Okay, so now what it is giving me, it is giving me COVID guy. Why? Because this statement is returning to true. How are we doing it? How are we actually combining it is what we are going to do, is what we are going to see, sir. So the what are we doing it here? You might know this is a function, right? But what are we doing it here? We're checking some condition. So the syntax if statement. What is the syntax for if statement? That is nothing but if you open a bracket and you'll give a condition, semicolon, and if you get enter, the ID will directly give it to you with a space tab. This is a space tab that we are giving, and it will give a space tab and it will go to the next one. But this indentation is more important in Python, and if you miss this indentation, it will be an indentation error where the Python doesn't read that concept. So what are we going to do this? Okay, I wrote print something, or I'm writing a function or operation or anything which can be a which can be a tab space, which I'm going to give it here. This is the syntax for only if statement. I give the if statement. So this is what I have implemented here. I have created a function of COVID. So either it should check from you that it is a COVID guy or girl. So temperature I have set it to 100, and here is the if statement. I'll add a comment here. I have added if statement where if the temperature is greater than 100. So I to if there is a variable here, next we are going to see what is the for loop. In that case, try using if you have a pen or paper, if you are new to program, try taking that value like 100, and you can delete anyways. Like if you are analyzing the code, just do this greater than 50. What will this do? This is 100 greater than 50. This is true. So it will go inside COVID block, COVID function, which will print COVID guy or girl. So now this is done. You will remove it. Now say suppose I give 40. You will not get a print statement because this initially is false. If it is false, this function won't work out. So this is what an if statement is. Okay, we are having an if statement. Say I wanted to give else statement where temperature is 50, where this guy, many might know, right? COVID is asymptomatic and symptomatic. We know, right? Okay, his temperature is low, but he has cough. What will we do? Okay, he has fever, but he has cough. He doesn't have fever, but he has cough. That time also he is considered as COVID. Okay, how will I implement it here? Okay, that time that comes the masterpiece where you will be giving else if. Okay, before that we'll be giving else if. So say this becomes the if statement becomes if it is true, this will get the COVID get invoked. What else if got failed? So we have to give a statement if it fails also, right? If this is true, this will continue. If this is false, something should be doing it, right? It is not good that you give a blank report to the patients that are waiting for your report. What we'll do is give else are not a COVID patient. Now we'll be giving temperature of okay. We'll give input temperature. We'll convert it into heat. Now if you run, it will ask for the temperature whether I have 45. You are not a COVID patient, take care. If you are a COVID patient, it will go for COVID. So here, if this is true, COVID will take care. I mean sorry, if this is true, the COVID function runs. If it is false, automatically the else block does this. So there is okay, there is one condition being solved here. Say I wanted to add another condition. So now I'll give fever okay. So in this case, if cough is true, I need to consider him as a COVID patient. We'll just give he may be a COVID patient. Okay, so now here, if the cough is true, he is considered as COVID patient. And if the temperature is below 90, and or this statement gives me true. Okay, let's have a second check. Either he is having a cough or not, we need to check. At that time, we can say him as a COVID patient. So there are two checks. First is his temperature, and the second one will be my either we have cough or cold or anything. So on that case, we have another statement called Elsif statement. If this condition fails, this condition will take care. That is the concept of else if statement. So I'll give else. How you have to implement else if is like else elif. Same condition brackets colon and enter. Here I'll be giving else if cough equal to true is equal to 2, I will run the COVID again. So COVID function again, sorry. Another person to run the COVID. So here we have implemented a simple condition where If the temperature is below 90, above 90, he may be a COVID patient, and else the cough is equal to true. He is again, he may be eligible for a COVID patient. Okay, I'm free with anything. I'm free with temperature, I'm free with cold. Then you get rest at your home, then you are not a COVID patient. So we'll try running this code. Now we'll just run it. Oh, see, I have done a mistake. What is this mistake? I need to give, I'm assigning a value. Here, I'm assigning a value. Here, I need to check whether the cough. Now you can have a difference between assigning a value and a condition. So now, if I need to check, I will give it as. So here I'm checking it equal to. So here, you know, temperature is 50 and cough is 2 and he may be a COVID patient. So here, if you see, the temperature is 50. This failed, but this got success. If this got success, this COVID runs. So this is COVID for he may be a COVID patient. We'll try to fail these both. So this will become false and this will become false, and we see whether this runs. We'll change it to. Now I'll run this. I'll give it 50 the same, and now see, you are not a COVID patient. Take care. So this is how you implement if, else if, and else statement. Okay, that might be a question, right? We can use and operator. We can use other operators inside this. Why are we not doing it? You can use and operator and or operator. So in that case, I will show you how to use and operator and or operator. Operators is nothing but the same which you added to conditions, but that you can give two conditions. Say suppose I give temperature equal to 90 and equal to 2. So these both are same thing, right? These both are same thing. Why should I split it and give you? Because this AND operator checks for both the things. Suppose, say I have temperature greater than 90 and cough equal to true. This checks for both the statements where the temperature is greater than 90, this should be true and this should be true. Only then this can be true. You always know, right? In the AND operator, either this and this both should be true in order to give this as a true. But in OR operator, it is a different thing where either this can be true or this can be true. So if this is true, either this can be true or this can be true. This COVID will help you out. This COVID will take it. Now this is about or. This is about or and operator in person. You can try running and or operator. 1 minute, please. Excuse me. This is about and operator and or operator. So if you have any question, guys, just raise your hand. Okay, I see no hands being raised. So today's task will be based on these if conditions and what I am going to teach the next. So the next one, Okay. One condition I missed for if statement is the nested if. What is nested if? Many people might get confused. What is nested if? In the name, we can say like what is a nest? Nest is the place where we have multiple of objects inside objects, right? So how is a nest built? A multiple of prickle added with another prickle, it gives us a byproduct, right? So how are we doing it? It is the same like that of here. So I'll just give you the syntax. You can write in the code statement if some condition is matching it here. Okay. Inside this, if we give a and if after passing the test condition, it should pass this condition. This is a nested if statement. So first, it should actually try to pass this. After that, there is another condition it should pass. Only then this can go inside the code. And after that, I'll give print condition one and else print condition. So in this case, that I have an if statement. Inside that if statement, I have another if statement. Okay. This is what they call it as an if inside if, that is also called as nested if. There might be multiple ifs inside a particular if statement because but we have to take care of the indentation. There should be a indent, I mean a particular tab space when you have, and that tab space should be with according to your if statement which you have. And after that we have two type of statements. One is the pass statement, pass. Another one is the continue. Here only pass is enough. I'll tell you about the continue while we are carrying out with the loops. What is a pass statement? Say here I have a condition check here, but I don't want to print anything. I don't want to show you guys anything. I don't want to operate anything. But a print if statement is a blank when you have nothing to be pasted here. Okay, what will I do in that case? I will give just a just to bypass the error that I'm going to get here. Okay, I'm not getting any issues if I give a print. Okay, I don't want to create a clumsy output for the by-end user. I just wanted to give him the correct output, only the output. So this will be a print statement where you can debug, but this is not an output that you give it to the end customer, right? So in this case, you just put pass, which can bypass the if not the if statement. It can bypass the error that can give by this condition here. Okay. So now we have done with if. So what all we handled in this session is condition and if statement, else if statement. When it comes with a program, we checked with COVID, and then we checked with the temperature. What? So we check the current scenario, right? How we are going to check a patient if he is a COVID guy or not. This is how programming thinks he is a COVID guy or not. We think in a other way, right? So this is how programming thinks or checks. Uh, like this. Okay, and now also we saw pass. Okay, we are done now with the if statement, that is conditions. Say next topic what I'm going to see is something more than what the programs do, which is called as loops. We all know Loops is a bigger concept when we are actually trying to print out the values from 1 to 100 and check for a condition and then write that condition in some place. See, loops can be helpful when you can iterate all those values in a list, iterate all those key value pairs in a dictionary, iterate all those values in a set. Okay, why loop is important? Loop is the basic block that you can use to actually add together or come from the reverse, whatever it is. It is helpful for you to understand how other program, say suppose I gave I wanted to iterate through I mean iterate through much number of values. Say I wanted to iterate to 100 values. How will I iterate? Either I have to print 1, print 2, print 3. I don't want to do it, right? Say you are giving an student database, and in that database I wanted to add other values. I need to get the input, add it. You need to iterate the serial number 1 2 3 4. How are we going to iterate it? For the iteration and as well as the giving it function, we use loops. Okay, we have loops. One is while loop and other one is for loop. Okay, what is while loop and what is for loop? While loop is nothing but, okay, first we'll go with while loop. What is a while loop? While loop is an set of statement when it can run on a when it is when the condition is true, it can run. Say I give a particular value and I want to iterate through the other value only when the condition is true. At that time, I can check. Okay. Now I'll give an input it. So I'll tell you how to implement it in the real time. So if I give number equal to say I wanted to give number as 2, and while I is less than 10, while number is less than 10, I number, and now I will add a uh, incremental operator, that is I will add one operator, number equal to number plus 1. Here I am adding for each iteration. So say I have initiated a number of 2, and here I am checking the number less than 2. Okay, first we'll get the output. See, now see, now this has printed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is this? Because here I am initiating a value in this inside the while loop. It is checking for the number. So number, that is 2, is less. So the best practice is for developer, for trainer, 2 less than 10 first. So this becomes false. Okay. 2 is less than, no, 2 is less than 10. So this becomes true actually. Now you will run this code. What this does is add 2 plus 1 to num. Here you add 2 plus 1. Now it is 3. After that, the 3 will be going into the loop again, and next is 3 less than 10, which is true, and number and 3 plus 1, which is 4, which is printing it here, which is printing 3 here, and which is printing 4 here. This happens for till 9. What happens when it goes to 10? Why is it not giving it? Why? Because this becomes false. Because 10 is, you cannot compare this, right? 10 is not less than 10, it is equal to 10. This is why this gets fails here and you are printing 9. So this is how you implement while statement. Okay, I wanted to break this loop when I have 6 in my number. I wanted to break it in the 6 in my number. What will I do? I'll just put it and print the number and add if num to equal to 6. I told you about a statement called pass rate. Here I'm going to tell you about a statement called break. What will this break do? It will break that loop. Okay, I wanted to iterate to 1 to 100, but I wanted to end it at 77th value. At that time, you can give this condition. If this number equal to 6, it will break. Okay, so now I'll give break. If number is equal to 6, it will break. I will give this command below this. Why? Because I will give 1, I will give 2, 2 here. If this is 2, it will check and it will not break because this becomes false. It will check further, further, further. Once this is 6, it will break. We'll see the output. Okay, I need to remove this. And this, see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it got break. But I have given 10 as the value. Okay, if I if num equal to 6, I wanted to print a value, but that loop should go on. What we'll do? We'll give print you have arrived and you will give continue. This continue statement is used that you wanted to continue, and you can also give this without the continue, but the thing is same like past, continue is also used. I will give run and see this runs for a better loop and it goes on forever. See, it will go on forever. That is continue. So it will go on with the next loop, next loop, next loop, next loop. Okay. So now if I remove it, I get pass. I think my program still runs. I just force stop it. Okay. Now we are going to try. Now the for loop is completed. Now the while loop is completed. Next, the basic thing what we are going to do is the for loop. How are we going to implement this for loop, and what is this for loop? A for loop is used to iterate over a sequence. So as I told you, it might be tuple, dictionary, set, even a string, whatever it is. So it can be, this is a while keyword, and inside the while keyword we have indentation, and this is what a while statement. So here, that is this is a condition that we are checking and we are implementing it, right? For loop doesn't need any condition that can be considered. Say I wanted to iterate over a list, I don't want to do that. Say I wanted to iterate over I'll create a list A with values of I wanted to iterate over all three of the cricket players. What I'll do, simple, for I will be my for I in list A. I is each value in the list. For each value in list is what we are going to read in it. For each value in list A, print the each value. So now I'll get Dhoni, Virat, and Rohit. So you can, as I already told you, you can give an if statement also here. If condition will be I equal to Dhoni, print he is from CSK, right? CSK. And if I equal to Virat, CB. And if I equal to Rohit, where is he from? We all know it. So now we see, we'll run the output, we'll see the indentation. Okay, see Dhoni CSK. So it runs for Dhoni and gives CSK, and Virat as RCB, because Virat second iteration is Virat and it is RCB. However you shuffle, however you change, this condition will not change because you are putting it into the list and you are giving only an if statement, and that is how a for loop works. Okay, we have done a for loop with a list. How are we going to do it with a name? We'll just give only a string and see how it works. We'll give only Dhoni and we'll give print of I. How will it implement? See, it will consider this as a list. So this will consider Dhoni and take it into a list, and it will print D first HONI. This is how it has implemented here. Okay, this is how you loop through uh, a particular list and a particular value. And other than this, we have the same break statement, we have the continue statement, and we have pass, which can be used in the which we actually used in if statement. Okay, now I wanted to start from zero. I don't want to give zero, but I wanted to provide a range and start with the range. How am I going to do with the numbers? You showed me like numbers in while loop. I wanted to show you numbers in the for loops. How are we going to implement it? For this, for each value, that is I, it can be not I, it can be any number. I can give each number, but this is big, and usually programmers mostly they used to give I also used to give I, so I give it for each number. I'll give it each number. Since this is very big, right, I'm giving it as I. I'll, I'll show you in an example. For each number in range, this is the range that I'm going to give. If we give 6, if I give print each number, this is going to print each number from the range 0 to 5, which is the 6 values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 values it will print. Okay, I wanted to print within a range. Say I wanted to print from 90 to 100. You will just provide 90 to 100. This will print 90 to 99. Okay, this will give me all those values within a range. You can select the range, you can give within the range, and now So say suppose I wanted to print 90, 93, 96. I wanted a sequence, right? How can I do it? I'll put 3 after this. So value, and this will be my uh, sequence value. So I'll give no 90, 96, 99. So here is you get it with the single code. So you can add for whatever the range you have, and then you can give. Okay, we saw a concept of if in statement inside if. Is that possible with the for loop? Yes, it is possible. I'll show you how we implement nested if. Nested for. I'll add a for statement. For I in range 0 to 3. Print I. Okay, I'm not print I. I'll give pass, and here inside this for loop I'll give another for loop and print for j range 0 to 3, and I'll print here print I comma j. So we'll see what this gives me. See, it has given me the output which is nested to it. First it goes inside 0. This will give me 0, 0 comma 0, 1 and 2, right? So what it gives me, first when I go with 0, it goes into it goes here, and in this for loop I have that I value here. In this let's go with, we are having 0, 1 and 2. Here 0 and 1, after that 0 and 2. It will end that because we are finished with this loop, and if this will go to the other loop, it will print out 1, where it will 1, it will give 1, and in this 1 I'll give 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1 and 1 comma 2. So this finishes here. After that it will give 2, and it will forever whatever it is it will do inside this. Say we can give any type of matrix multiplications, matrix uh, problems which you will see in data structures and algorithms by using this concept. You'll be mostly using it in competitive programming, competitive things which is being done here. Okay, I'm done with for. I've done with past statement. I've done with nested loop. I've done with else if in the for loop. I wanted an else statement. So else statement is in what do we say in if statement, right? How are we going to implement an else statement in for loop? So for I in range 0 comma 4, and I wanted to print the I value. After this, post this, I wanted to implement something, right? So the user cannot wait for something for that numbers. I wanted to show him that it is finally being successful. I'll give him as else fully accomplished. Now we have this. It will run for 0, 1, 2, and once this is done, it will print successfully accomplished. Okay, so now we are done with today's topics. That is, initially I will go through with all the topics. So initially what we saw is conditions, where we have the conditions like not equal to, greater than, lesser than or greater than, is everything. And we had an explanation about the comments, and which is this is a single line command and this is a multi-line command. And then we started with if statement, In that if statement, I actually told you how to implement the function, how to get the user values. In that user values, how I told you to implement the condition statements with the ongoing example, and in that how we checked with and or operators, and checking the values individually. Post that we used nested if, and we checked with the nested if on giving this condition, but we don't have an example to do it. Okay, this is nested if as a syntax, and then we came out to loops and implemented on how well we used loops, how while loop and for loops are being used. While loop, I told you how to implement it, and in list we implemented using list and saw the if statement inside the list. And other than that, I told you how to give ranges, either give it a single number, multiple number, or give it in a sequential order. You can do it in range. And we then saw what nested if is, and suppose that we saw what is the else statement. So that is all we have it, guys. That is for today's session, and you can raise your hand if you have any questions. I see so no one raising the hand, or I think we have an Teams issue where we couldn't able to raise. Even I couldn't raise. I could raise. Okay, guys. We'll take it into in the Telegram group. If you have any issues, just let me know in the Telegram group. I can able to help you on whatever you feel, and that might be helpful for you as well. Many of the times, I actually tell other people to help on other persons, and that feels so great that many are actually helping others to coordinate and work around on a classroom kind of learning. That is what we expect. We will try the best to solve your issues, solve the questionnaire that we got. But you guys are doing great by implementing your ideas, implementing your suggestions towards a better learning. So at the end of 30 days, if you are a teacher, you can actually understand the concept as well as you can teach other one. That will be most and most helpful for you. As they say, right, when you are giving it to others, it comes bigger to you. So happy learning and happy teaching to every one of you, that they are going to teach everyone. So I wish everyone's query is being solved in Python Go, and you can actually, if you wanted to show little issues and what are the issues that you're facing, you can just put it in the group as well, and you can check with your fellow mates, and they are actually helping you out. If there's no reply from them also, we will also reply for that, and we will guide you towards down error, and we'll guide you towards that. So we'll end the session for today. We'll meet you on next Saturday. So today we'll be having only the exercises as we taught it here. We'll be giving you exercises. You can complete it and post it in the GitHub. Okay. Uh, Over to you, Karthik.
Thanks, Gokul. Thanks for the detailed session. Thanks everyone for joining this session.